Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today we're going to do some repotting of Roy's trees. Let me get the mic on. I just missed the microphone. There we go. Now you can hear me. We're going to do Roy's trees today, and today is Friday, March 4th of 2022. It's 38 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius. Supposed to warm up tomorrow and then start dropping again Sunday, and then maybe Monday or Tuesday rain and snow. Who knows? But the soil I'm using is 1 part worm castings, 1 part peat moss, 2 parts pine bark, 2 parts sifted perlite, Peace River gravel as a top coat, and we're going to add azus and micus to the roots. So let me get this up here so I don't forget. I did 2 already because my video won't let me, the tablet won't let me go that long. So let's go into this real fast because we have to save time. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my peroxide. Let me put this down so you can see. And we're going to take my, I think we're going to use these so I can get into there because it's real. I use my ironwood on the other ones, but this one's really congested. So let's do this so you can see what I'm trying to do here. Now I'm gonna be looking. We're gonna try to see where the trunk is at on this. So there's a lot of leaves on the bottom, and for the side that we're gonna take, I think this will be our front. So let's just take some of this out of here, these branches. You know what, I'm gonna have to take it out of the pot because I really can't see with all this stuff on there. Let's put that over there, and let's just take this out because it's very hard to see with all that foliage there. Hard to see where the trunk starts. And this was planted all the way on the side of the pot, but still it looks like a nice little, still a nice little tree. Great possibilities. So let's go in and let me get this close. Let's see if you can see it like that. And I'm just gonna cut some of these big branches out of the way so we can expose the trunk. And take this wood there and take this piece out. This one coming out through the bottom. And there. Okay. Now we're going to try to get more of the trunk out of here. So we're going to take that one off. And some of these downward facing ones, just to get them out of the way so we can get a little canopy there. Okay, let's get a lot of this junk off. And all we're going to do, see, I wish I could do this better for you, but let me get it clearer. We're going to get into here and cut that downward facing one off, just so we can clear it up a little bit. And to here, all the downward ones, just like that. So we open up the tree a little bit. Now we got one. We're not gonna take a lot off because I need this to grow. It's small, and so if Roy wants, he can clip more, or the person who gets it off him can clip more off. But right now, we want to get this little tree to grow. So the back end, we're going to take this off. Let's see if I can get this better so I can work down more and you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And we're just going to dip again and clip. There, just get some of this off. It's really hard to see when you get all that dense foliage in there. Get it out from the inside of the trunk. Just like that, just to air it out a little bit. Get some of these inner ones out of the way so we can open it up. And all you do is pull them back and see what you can see on there. And just take the ones that are growing down out of the way. Keep your scissors clean. And that way there, you won't dull the blade that much. So let's get this one out of the way. We're trying to get this cleared up a little bit. Just like that. There we go. We'll go into here. And just get some of these downward facing ones. Just get that out of the way. Something like that. So if I can get it a little closer for you so you can see, we're just going to go into the canopy and look around and see what we can clear up. But that might be good enough just for now. It's a nice little looking tree. We don't want to take too much off because we want it to grow. Now if I see over here, you know, when you look on this side, you can see this piece coming down. But even though with that as the back, this is still good. So I think we're going to leave it at that. Get a lot of this stuff out of the way. Just like that. And then we're going to take our root rake and just take some of this out of the way so we can get it into our pot. Because we don't want to take a lot of roots off, because the roots are nice and healthy if you can see them. And there's nothing growing yet, so it's still like in a dormant state. I don't see no white tips or nothing on it. Maybe they're just starting. But we're going to keep this as our front. Now here's our pot. Let me get this out of the way. Here's our pot. Now you notice on the back where the glazing drips, so we're going to keep that as our back and this is our front. So that's what you got to do when you look at your pots. Always check them out for any deformities or anything that's goofed up on it. Okay, so let's get this here so you can see what I'm doing. And right now, I'll take the cover off and I'll take some of our, this is my soil mix so you can see it, how nice it looks with the bark in there and everything. And all I'm going to do, see on these pots they got a little bit of a gully in there, but what are you going to do? You get a free pot. You don't look a gift horse in the mountain, count his teeth to make sure it's good. You just take it. So, maybe too much, I don't know. Let's see. A little bit too high. So we'll take some of this out, put it in our cup. And something like this for a front. I think that might be good. Now before we do anything, we'll get our spray bottle, moisten the roots, hit the bottom a little bit, get our roots real nice and spread out. I don't want to do a lot to this because right now it's just starting to be spring and it's still dormant. We're not going to do a lot of teasing. If this was my plant, I'd do more. But since it's for Roy, they got to do what they got to do. So right now I want them just to grow. So we're going to take our azus and put it in real thick. I think I have to cut this opening a little bit more. And just throw some into the bottom. And then we'll take our meat goose and just get it all into the root system. Just like that. Get all that in there. Get that out of the way. And now that we got a good gob all over it, let's try to get it into the pot nice and firm so that we get everything in there. Just like that. Make sure our trunk is straight. Tilt it a little bit back. Take the back end of our chopstick and push it in. Okay, and we'll take some more of our soil. And we'll get a full cup. And take our spoon. And just put it in. Just like that. Now with the other two, I had to use a different pot on the other one because of the other pots Roy gave me were way too big for these. I mean, it will look like a miniature on your kitchen table. That's how big the pots are. So just like that, get it in. Hit the back of your spoon into the soil. Now we're going to get it into the sides there, and to get it into the sides, all we're going to do is just tap it in. Just like that. Now don't be afraid to get a juniper. Now these grow outside. They grow outside best. I mean, you can bring them into the house just for show if you get company or something, but really when you get a juniper, they have to be grown outside because they need all that fresh air, that light. They're not like a tropical. Just like that. Push it in. Just push it in. Let's get a little more on there. Now before we do anything else, we're going to wet it. We got it just a little bit offset, but that's good, because we'll have room for our little house that we're going to put there. And now we'll take Mr. Elephant and give him a little bit of water so we can settle in the soil. Just like that. And now we're going to push the soil in with your fingers. Now, I know if you got arthritis, it's going to be hard to do, so if you can find a spoon with a little ball on the back, it's good, because see, it helps you get that soil in there real good. Getting it into the sides real nice. I don't know if you can see it into the sides. Let me get a little closer for you. There we go. And just push it in. Now we're going to use the back side of our spoon. And we're going to get some more of our soil and fill in the ruts. I was thinking of a stone for this, but I really don't have a stone. I'm going to have to see if I can find some smaller dragon stones for this size pot. And just put it in. Don't be afraid. Spill some. It's good for the garden. You can always scoop it up too. Just like that. Okay, and all we're going to do is give it a good squirt to get the surface tension off. Take Mr. Elephant, give him another good watering. You notice the water isn't coming out yet. There. Now we got that in there nice. Let it soak a little bit. Put it down. Now junipers usually like a moist soil, but a fast draining soil. That's why I use this mix. Just like that. There we go. And if you get a root rake like this with a flat bottom on the end, that'll also help you push it into the mix, the soil into the roots. Everything in. Let's get our tree nice and settled in there. You want all the air pockets out of it. Just like that. Now we got it a little bit below the lip of the pot. So we're going to take it like this. Wipe it off. There we go. Now that's our little tree planted to the side. Now there's a little bit of roots sticking up. So all we're going to do is take our long shears, get in there, and just cut them out. Just like that. Now we're going to go for our gravel. This is our Peace River gravel. It's nice and small. And all we're going to do is take our spoon and just decorate it. It's a nice color, blends in good with the pot. And it's nice and small. There we go. Just put it in real nice. That'll cover up all your perlite and your pine bark. Just like that. You can get this at any aquarium shop, any place that sells fish. Sometimes pets like PetSmart, Petco, Pet Supply Plus, I've never seen it there. But you have to go to a regular pet shop, and if they don't have it, they'll get it for you. But I know Amazon also sells it. There we go. Get a little close to the trunk. The stones will help the soil dry a little bit better. Just like that. And then there's a little house that we can put under there. It'll be the right size for this tree, and we'll just stick it in like that. Doesn't have to be fancy. This is just for you to decorate. You can always imagine somebody walking in there later tonight, going home after a hard day's work. You can be creative any way you want to. Just like that. And then we're going to give it a nice rained on look. Get all the pot cleaned. And now you have a nice little tree with a little old rustic cabin in there, and something easy and for you to do. It's easy. Don't be afraid to do it. Now here's the other two which I did. Let me get the camera here. Here's one, because I didn't have another pot like from Roy, and I just put in some, I don't know if you can see it, the sand is blue, simulate a little bit of water, just a little bit something different with a little high rise on the back. And then here's the other one that I also did. Same style. I had extra houses, but the house just turned a little bit different. And you can see the glazing on the back, how it ran. That's why you always got to look at your pots and pick your front. So, and don't forget, that's your gravel. Look at all the nice chunks. It's a nice fast draining mix. So it'll be good for these little trees to grow. So today's Friday night. I thank you for coming. Well, it'll be Friday night. It's like, well, not yet. It's going to be about 4:45. So it's Friday night.